Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. We have a very special segment of H.A. Goodman live stream. And my God, it's almost like we're living in an alternate reality where people don't realize what's actually going on. And all these bizarre, absurd things take place. And nobody asks, well, why are they taking place? So then you have, like, Bernie Sanders today, he goes, the billionaire class is scared, and they should be scared. What? How do you get that from Michael Bloomberg deciding to run? He's making a complete and utter mockery of both Warren and Bernie. How do you get that? How does that even, how is that indicative of the billionaire class is scared? How is that, how does he get that? The billionaire class, if there is, a segment of the population, not many people, but they're not scared or frightened at all. They don't really care. They're making a mockery of Bernie and Warren. And they're making a mockery of Medicare for All, and they're making a mockery of the Green New Deal and everything. And I was telling people, look, if you have the vanguards of all of these ideas and policies, and if they don't simply stand up and say, hey, we don't like Trump, but you cheated Bernie, you cheated me. If Bernie Sanders said, I don't like Trump, but you cheated me, it wasn't Russia, that's absurd, that's nonsense. The DNC cheated, they lost, they should never have cheated, and if he had simply stood up to the establishment and said, look, I'm not going to support Clinton, who is the antithesis of what I believe. He could have actually just joined Jill Stein. Jill Stein asked Bernie Sanders to join her so they could run a third party. When Clinton says, oh my God, you don't want a third party with the Russian operative, Tulsi Gabbard, you should, if you're on the left, you should vote third party. That's the only way the Democratic Party would ever learn not to cheat, not to set up and frame people based on nonsense. And then you get, the billionaires aren't just afraid of Bernie Sanders, they're afraid of us. No, they're not. The billionaires, the Democratic Party, Clinton, the establishment Democrats certainly are not afraid of progressives. They have not passed the Medicare for All bill. They have not passed the Green New Deal legislation. They have not passed an abolish ICE bill. They have not abolished the Electoral College. They're not doing anything. They're not doing anything that they claim they want to do. They're not doing anything. They're doing only what they want to do. And that's it. They're doing only what they want to do. So Michael Bloomberg is running for president now. That is by design. That is not. Why do you take a guess, ladies and gentlemen? Every single thing is taking place. I did a segment on Michael Bloomberg a couple weeks back, and I said he's going to enter the race. But take a second to ask yourself, why do you think Bloomberg's running? You think he's going to win? Does he think he's going to win? Does Bloomberg think that he's going to win? Does anyone believe that Michael Bloomberg is entering the race because he believes he's going to win? Nobody. This is simply to go ahead and pave the way for Clinton. You have three men in their 70s of pale complexion approaching their 80s, and the whole the left leaning ideology says, well, and you know what? Maybe we can have another person. Maybe we can have the golden muumuu. Maybe we can have Clinton. The more people that run, first of all, the establishment is pretty much done. Like, there is no more establishment. There's no more. Biden is done. Because there are actually people who believe this isn't a charade and a farce. Clinton is obviously going to run again. Obviously. But there are still people who are going to be like, you know what? Yeah, we like Clinton. We like Clinton. We like Michael Bloomberg. And then Biden, think of how Biden looks now. He's such a horrible candidate that Bloomberg has entered the race by applying for the Alabama primary with the ballot. But you know what? People say, oh, well, Clinton, she's going to miss Alabama, the filing deadline. So what? Tell me if she cares. Alabama and Arkansas are total 60-something, or maybe 70 delegates. Between California and Texas, you have 420-plus delegates. And then you still have North Carolina and Tennessee and a whole bunch of states that Clinton would easily win. In 2017, I said Clinton 2020 is a reality. Get ready for 8 years of Trump. The channel is a little slow. I see the numbers, no problem. People think, oh, well, who knows what's going to happen. No, I know what's going to happen. You think Clinton's going to campaign for Elizabeth Warren? On what planet? Thank you, Eric H526. Thank you. On what planet? On what planet does does Hillary Clinton campaign for Elizabeth Warren? That never happens. Even in alternate universes, that never, ever, 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 ever happens. That doesn't happen. Do you understand? It simply does not happen. She's not going to, Clinton is not going to campaign for Biden. She doesn't even like Biden. She's not going to campaign for Warren. She doesn't even like Warren. She's not even going to campaign for Bernie. She cheated Bernie. She has disdain for Bernie Sanders. Single-handedly prevented her from winning because he had, at that point, conviction, passion, energy, enthusiasm, ideals, principles, everything that the Democrats hate. He had the audacity to be the living embodiment of what Democrats stand for. Carl's opinion! Hey, Mr. Goodman Mods in chat. Carl's opinion, thank you so very much. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate your support, and it's just so thankful. I'm so thankful. You're very generous, and thank you. Carl's opinion, thank you. Say hello to Cartman. Carl's opinion. Thank you. Carl's opinion, everyone. Michael Bloomberg entered the race. And everyone's like, yeah, oh well. It's like, no one cares about impeachment. Do you understand? Nobody cares about impeachment. It's kind of hilarious, too, because it's like, okay, anonymous White House official, nobody cares. Then you have John Bolton, like, oh, wow, what is he saying? Who cares? Nobody cares. If you go on MSNBC's main site, like, you get Michael Bloomberg considering 2020 run. No, he's running. Michael Bloomberg expected to file for the Alabama 2020 presidential primary. Why do you think he's filing for it, but not that he didn't run like last month? Because he has to, because he is trying to pave the way for Clinton. Clinton is running. My God almighty, it's not rocket science. They're embarrassed of Bloomberg running, so they don't talk about it. MSNBC's homepage hardly mentions it. And then they say, where is she not going to file for? It's like, so what? Who cares? Who cares? She doesn't even need Arkansas and Alabama. You're like, if she doesn't get Alabama, and she can never win. Really? She doesn't get California and Texas, then she'll wait until the Democratic convention, and then they'll just, CNN, Michael Bloomberg expected to file for 2020 primary. Okay. This is a horrible picture. Joe Biden, a Democratic presidential town hall live from Iowa. How much more of this charade can we deal with? Every time Joe Biden, it looks like Tales from the Crypt. I'm staring at this ad, this internet ad for CNN. It's Tales from the Crypt staring back at me. My God almighty. The poor guy does not want to run. He's around the same age as Trump, a little bit older, but my God. Bernie Sanders looks better than Biden. Jeez. Oh my God, I'm looking at, he has that earnest look. Oh my God, it's too much. Democrats are not going to run with anyone they have currently aside from Clinton. It's a political machine. When it happens, let everyone know that I never wavered, because there was no reason to waver, although people are like, oh yeah, Alabama and Arkansas, she missed the filing date. So what? There's actually you can even file late in California. There are always bylaws and fine print that they always dig up. They're completely eviscerating Medicare for All now. They are completely and utterly eviscerating Medicare for All. Completely and utterly. And it's like, it's sad because they don't get it. Like, people on social media don't get it. Look, it's always Clinton 2020. It's always been that. Okay? This is nonsense. You got to ask yourself a very simple question. Ask yourself a very, very, very simple question. Okay? Why on earth would Michael Bloomberg run for president? He could spend every cent of his $50 billion and he still wouldn't win the presidency. He could spend every single dollar of $50 billion. And it doesn't matter if you have 50 billion or a trillion or 100 billion or 10 million. When God forbid we leave this earth, we take not even a cent with us. So who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Trump didn't win because he's a billionaire. Trump won because he said, well, you know what? I want to scale back U.S. foreign policy. That's one of the biggest reasons he won. It's going to be a rematch, Clinton versus Trump again, but this time, Clinton's not going to be the front runner. The public relations campaign to remake Clinton is very amusing. She's on all the shows now. She's making jokes. She's written a book, and oh my God, she's just watching from the sidelines. She doesn't want to run, don't you know? She does not want to run at all. No. She's trying to do what's best for the Democratic Party because she really cares. She's a normal human being. There's not a quest for power, not for influence, not seen since Attila the Hun. No. So you need to ask yourself, why do you think Bloomberg is running? Why? Obviously to simply look. If Democrats know that if Democrats don't like Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, there are a great many ways they can simply do away with them. And I know this because I saw it happen real time in 2016. To believe that it would happen again would be disloyal to the paradigm of thought. You don't want to, if you are on the left, say anything, even if it's true. If Trump says breathe air and drink water and eat, the Democrats and liberals and progressives would say no, we have to do the opposite. So if you know what's going on, if you understand that, look, it's not that anyone's omnipotent. It's that it's a political machine, and all of this is fabricated. There is no Democratic primary. Okay? There is no Democratic primary. Every single day is a passive-aggressive subliminal message saying, yeah, you really want to do Warren? Do you really want to do Warren? You really think that there's a chance for Biden? I don't know. I don't think so. I really doubt it. Carl's opinion! Yes! Mr. Goodman, I listen to MC Breed's Ain't No Future in Your Frontin' Tonight. You're right, good song, and I agree. Bloomberg knows that he has no chance to win. Carl's opinion, greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. It's a fantastic song. I grew up with that song. It's a fantastic song. Great musical artist. And Carl's opinion, thank you very, very much. Yeah, he knows he has no chance to win. And the charade, it's insulting because Carl's opinion, it's insulting. Biden he's filing for Alabama and Arkansas because if he actually goes into the race, this hilarious thing will take place. It might be Biden and Bloomberg in Arkansas and Alabama, and then a distant Warren or Bernie Sanders, which is hilarious because you need a certain threshold this year in the Democratic primary, so they made sure to just split Bernie's movement in two, which is now a bowel movement. Enjoy the visual. And so the more establishment, because the hilarious thing is that Biden was the only establishment candidate. So now they add Bloomberg. And now you have three men with pale skin. And so, wait, don't you want a woman? Oh my God. Here Clinton, comes to the rescue. The whole thing is such an overt charade. New York Times, Michael Bloomberg actively prepares to enter the race. So then you have Elizabeth Warren. Welcome to the race, Mike Bloomberg. If you're looking for policy plans that will make a huge difference for working people and which are very popular, start here. Elizabeth E. Warren, then billionaire. Well, what's the difference between your plan and Bernie's plan, Elizabeth Warren? Why should I vote for you and not Bernie Sanders, the real deal? Then Bernie Sanders, the billionaire class is scared, and they should be scared. No, they're not scared at all. They are making a mockery of you and Elizabeth Warren, Bernie. But you allowed this to happen because you didn't fight back. Whereas Trump fights back. Ask Comey. Oh, there's a criminal probe, and Comey is being investigated. That's what you do when people wrong you. Well, I should say this. Retribution is not always warranted. But in politics, it's usually warranted. In life, you have to think of your family and your future. And certain times retribution or revenge might be, possibly, not always, who knows, warranted. But in politics, it's usually warranted. It's usually retribution and revenge, comes with the territory. In real life, not so much, almost never. You want to live a life that's sustainable. You don't want to always, you don't want to ruin your life over some, you're at a club and somebody steps on your toes, let it pass. You get somebody cuts you off, it's okay. It's all good. Somebody insults you, you let it pass, What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You're going to ruin your life? For what? For what? Who's going to take care of your family? Who's going to take care of your kids? You get into an argument. You get into a fight at a bar. For what? What are you going to prove? What are you going to prove? You're going to prove nothing. But in politics, it's a different story. They try to cheat Trump, and he gnaws at their cranium. Oh, my God. Trump said, if you cheat me, that's it. If you cheat me, it's game over. Carl's opinion, Trump said, if you cheat me, it's game over. Bernie Sanders said, if you cheat me, it'll be my fault because I have the audacity to run. Elizabeth Warren, welcome to the race, Mike Bloomberg. If you're looking for policy plans that will make a huge difference, this is embarrassing. Then you have, this is embarrassing. Then people are like, oh my God, Warren, what a great tweet. How is that a good tweet? How? 37,000 likes? It is embarrassing. Welcome to the race, Mike Bloomberg. If you're looking for policy plans that will make a huge difference for working people and which are very popular, start here, a calculator for billionaires. Oh my God. Oh, let's retweet. This is so great. He is mocking everyone. He's like, yeah, I'm a billionaire and I'm running. And people are like, oh my God, you're so great. This is so awesome. How is that awesome? The whole point is that he doesn't care. Oh my God almighty, my God almighty. Twitter is a place where minds get completely and utterly warped. Then Bernie Sanders, the billionaire class is scared. And they should be scared. Of what? He's literally running for president now. What is he scared of? It's all for Clinton, which Warren and Sanders and AOC and everyone is going to, Michello Saverio. Hello, Michello. Thank you. Thank you, Michello Severio. Thank you. Thank you. He's not scared. Nobody's scared. Bernie Sanders is like, the billionaire class is scared, and they should be scared. Well, what is he scared of, Bernie? He's literally running for president. What are you going to do? We have a president in Trump who's a great president, but he's a billionaire. And now you have Bloomberg who's a billionaire. And guess what? The Starbucks CEO, Schultz, wants to run also. And guess what? What's his name? The Mavericks owner wants to run. Okay? So the billionaire class is not scared of anything. They're billionaires. What do you think they're scared of? They literally have over $1 billion. What are they afraid of? I mean, they're human, but... And then you get Mike Bloomberg here. What does he say? Oh, of course. My God. This is hilarious. He's hilarious. This is so hilarious. Oh, my God. This is just hilarious. So you get... I mean, it's embarrassing. And Mike Bloomberg, like, he's not really saying anything. It's about e-cigarettes, and then, you know... There's nothing really like that he's talking about on his page. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We're waiting. Look, Mr. Philippe Reigns, God bless you. Okay? Tell Clinton to run so she could run in 2024 after she loses. John Oldcastle! Ben Bernie. I'm not going to say the whole thing, but John Oldcastle, thank you. Carl's opinion. Yes, exactly. Mark Cuban. Thank you. He'll run for president too. John Oldcastle. Thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you. Carl's opinion. Thank you. Nobody really understands on the left. They're trying to rationalize this. There's no rationality to it. Billionaire Mike, Democratic Republican, revolving door. You look at Mike Bloomberg, hashtag Mike Bloomberg, it's like nobody understands. Nobody understands why he's running. They don't understand why he's running. He's running only because he knows that in his mind, and Democrats know Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, they're not going to become president. Okay. Biden it's now not funny at all. It's now frightening. So Bloomberg entering is it's just an insult. It's now an insult. Scotty Sachs, Scotty, thank you. Thank you, Scotty, thank you. So it's there is no Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is essentially there's no Democratic Party. This is a complete and utter charade. And people don't see it. They're like, oh well, you have people who are like, oh yeah, she has to enter Alabama and Arkansas. Why? Why are those states so important? Look at the delegate counts. I talked about that in my last segment. It's just unbelievable. Like there'll never be a point where the truth. There'll never be a point where people on the left actually see, like, look, it's a political machine run by Bill and Hillary. They can't say that. They can't say that because they can't possibly say that, because if they did say that, they would have to admit that all of their sentiments, all their emotions, all their hopes, all their dreams, all their entire alleged value system basically is just funneled into one candidate at the end. That's it. That's it. Yeah, but, Clinton doesn't care about losing. That's the thing. The golden muumuu doesn't see things the way everyone else does. That's why she literally, Clinton used servers outside of the United States government, got away with it. Never had a foreign policy decision to work out. Still ran for president. Cheated Bernie Sanders. Will run for president again. And not only that, will run again in 2024. Michael Bloomberg preparing to enter the presidential race. Okay, he's already entered. There's no need to prepare. He's already entered. Former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has opened the door to entering the crowded 2020 presidential race, arguing the current field of Democrats is, quote, not well positioned to defeat President Trump. Quote, if Mike runs, he would offer a new choice to Democrats built on a unique record running America's biggest city. Nobody cares about this in the country. Building a business from scratch, okay, not really, but nobody cares about this. And taking on some of America's toughest challenges as a high impact philanthropist? What? A high impact philanthropist? Okay. Bloomberg aide said in a statement, oh, he's a high impact philanthropist. Who are the low impact philanthropists, I want to know. Based on his record of accomplishment, one big accomplishment was dividing the Big Gulp into 2 medium-sized drinks. So you have to actually pay more, but you're still going to, if you feel like a Pepsi and you want more than just a medium, you're going to get a small or 2 smalls or maybe 3 smalls or maybe 2 mediums. Okay, you can actually work around the whole no Big Gulp thing. Based on his record of accomplishment, leadership, and his ability to bring people together to drive change, Mike would be able to take the fight to Trump and win. No, he wouldn't. Nobody believes this. Nobody believes this. Nobody. Randy Duenas, Randy! It's said that the Anointed One would pick 4 new Supreme Court justices. Exactly. Well, that's the thing. They cheated, Randy. They cheated to try to get Clinton. It didn't work, and they've been backtracking ever since. No, it's like, Randy. Thank you. It's like they're living in a fantasy world. This is like a fantasy world. Like if Clinton's going to take social media, Twitter, Facebook down with her in 2020 when Democrats lose again. Because you're not going to lose a presidential election if you're Trump. And you have the Electoral College, and swing states don't like AOC. They don't like. Well, the AFL-CIO is against the Green New Deal, and you have swing states in the Midwest, the Rust Belt, that rely on fossil fuels. So It's just unbelievable. The whole thing is just really unbelievable. And they were looking at Michael Avenatti 2020 also. So that is another amazing, absolutely amazing. And he's like, aid delayed by Trump. They got the money. This is just so hilarious. They're trying to impeach Trump based on nonsense. And it's like, it's unbelievable. It is really unbelievable. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel. I explain why, after this, like, Clinton does not have to, like, simply does not have to, she doesn't have to file for Alabama or Arkansas because those states are on Super Tuesday. She wins California, she wins Virginia, she wins Texas, she wins North Carolina. It's like game over. It's completely game over. And then Biden, if he's still there at Super Tuesday, wins Alabama and Arkansas. So, I mean, what's the problem? It's pretty unbelievable. Like, the thing that also, like, people don't understand, a lot of what I say, it's like, oh, okay, Clinton, it's kind of like, the Democrats, they have nobody else, and she runs the Democratic Party. But you also have to understand that there are millions of people. I'm serious about this, and this is the truth. There are millions upon millions upon millions of people that love Clinton. Like, there are people who like Clinton. It's not a matter of, there are not millions of people who like Bloomberg. That is not, you could say maybe there are hundreds of thousands, maybe. There are not millions. Clinton has millions of people. Trump has millions of people. And Bernie actually has millions of people as well, but they cheated him and they'll make sure that he never wins. Warren doesn't have millions of people. There aren't millions of people who love Warren. There are millions of people who love Bernie. There are millions of people who love Trump. There are millions of people who love Clinton. And there are millions of people who are intrigued and like Tulsi Gabbard, regardless of what the primaries say. So, hashtag I'm still with her is still a thing, and it's going to be a thing very soon. The 2016 election was stolen by Russia. How? How was it stolen by Russia? Because they hacked the DNC to inform the country that Bernie was cheated, but then again, Clinton didn't cheat Bernie, so there you go. James Harrelson, James! Clinton 2020 HA Sticks needs to be convinced of it. Sticks is great. I love Sticks. I love Sticks, X, and Hammer. He's fantastic. And I watch him. I watch him almost every day with Tim Pool, Anthony Brian Logan, Black Conservative Patriot, Kevin's Corner, HB. There are a bunch of people I watch. Nick DiPaolo. Love Nick DiPaolo. But James, it's gonna be a fun one. Sticks was absolutely. Let's put it this way. Honestly, Sticks is better than me. I give him that. He's better than me at predicting and evaluating. Only thing I say is that I come from the perspective of a Democrat, former Democrat, my whole life, James. who's been not more than scorned. So I know what the Democratic Party is about. Thank you, James Harrelson. Thank you, James. Thank you. Love sticks. Big fan of sticks. People are like, oh, love Hillary and Chelsea. Then, they say, oh, my God, look what Trump has done. And, of course, Hillary Clinton, Rudy Giuliani should really take up James Corden on the offer of a free exorcism. Oh, my gosh, that's so great. We love you. Don't ever change, Madam Secretary. I'm just, it's like, I'm just waiting because it's just kind of annoying. This is all a charade. So we have to go through this. What did we do as a country to have to deal with Michael Bloomberg running? Why do we deserve this as a nation? Why? What did we do wrong? What did we do as a country? I implore the Clinton campaign. Just run already. What are you waiting for? I guess you're waiting for this. I guess, look, they're waiting for this. Michael Bloomberg's running. Something else is gonna, oh my goodness. Why? What's the point? What is the point of this charade and nonsense? Why? It's like that song by Keith Sweat. Why me, baby? Why? Exactly. Bloomberg is our punishment. and this should be nobody the Democratic primary is just so there's so little enthusiasm that Bloomberg running, nobody even bats an eye. This is actually proving my point. Who do you think's going to run next? You have three elderly men. Bernie, Bloomberg, and Biden. You're going to tell Hillary not to run now? Is that right? Is that how it's going down? I don't think so. You're going to tell a gutsy woman not to run? When Bloomberg, who has no support anywhere, and he barely has that much support in New York, you're going to tell Clinton not to run? When she got 65 million votes, granted she outspent Trump 2-1, and pretty much had every single major publication and channel. No one cares about the popular vote. This is what, nobody gets. No one cares about the popular vote. And then he has a 50% approval rating. Oh, Lord. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl's opinion, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And to my super chat, thank you. I'm losing some steam here. It's late. I'm going to try to start a little bit earlier tomorrow evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it ain't going to be Biden or Warren or Bernie or Michael Bloomberg. Clinton's running again. And, I already have a segment where I kind of call it. Check out H.A. Goodman's other channel right now. I explain that she doesn't have to. Filing in Alabama or Arkansas is not a prerequisite to winning. And I don't know why anyone would think that. Look at the delegate count on Super Tuesday. That's like a small, tiny fraction of all the delegates she would get. She has until December, and even beyond, because I think you could file late. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. God bless. To my super chat, thank you. And thank you, everybody.